I thought today for Mindfulness Monday, um, I'd started off with this quote, one of my favorite quotes by Rumi. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there's a field, and I'll meet you there. Um, I used to think of this as being a quote that was primarily for sort of interpersonal relationships, right? So if I'm struggling with connecting with someone and we just can't see eye to eye, to kind of drop back into this place of just saying, okay, what if there's a place beyond this this conflict zone that we're in, that we could meet and actually see each other for who we are, and the good intentions that we're bringing to the table, and all of that. And then I realized that probably more relevant for me personally is doing this in an intrapersonal manner. So having a conversation within myself where I say, hey, Ollie, before you get wrapped up in all this right, wrong thinking, and you should, and you shouldn't, and who's the you anyway that's supposed to be doing all this stuff, just imagine that there's another place beyond that where you can drop all of the judgments and all of the criticism and all the negativity and actually meet yourself there, right? This idea of the self with a capital S. And had a great coaching session this morning with with a client that I really enjoy working with, and we were talking about this idea of self, with capital S, and realizing that so often we have these experiences throughout the day where we're running into negativity or self-judgment or whatever it might be, and we forget that in a very real sense we don't choose any of it, right? So we don't choose our thoughts, we don't choose our memories, we don't choose our feelings, our beliefs. These are things that just happen. And when we're really fused with them, when we're really in close, we believe everything that happens, and so it makes perfect sense that we would react or behave in certain ways. And when we are given the gift of some degree of mindfulness, we start inserting a little bit of a space. And I think that field that Rumi is talking about is that space, being able to see that the mind is thinking, or the brain is remembering, the body's feeling. All of this is just happening. And when we can get a little bit of space from it, we realize that there's something else beyond all of that subjective experience that constitutes self with a capital S. And this becomes sort of I don't know, for some people, a religious conversation. For me, maybe just a spiritual awareness of, oh yeah, there's that part of me that can observe all of this and then make decisions from there in terms of what I want to do with that thought or that feeling, whatever it might be. So I thought today, let's spend some time seeing if we can drop into that space where we inhabit the field that is beyond the sense of right doing and wrongdoing. So let's start by closing our eyes. Just noticing the body breathing. And I'm intentionally using language that refers to the body and the mind and the brain rather than my body or my mind. Because I think it's more accurate. It's more it's more truthful to refer to the mind, because I am not really in control of the mind or the body or sensations or feelings. These are experiences that if I'm mindful, I can witness them and notice them and not let them define self. So noticing the body breathing. If we could, maybe we would notice the liver processing toxins, or the kidneys filtering, or the spleen doing whatever the spleen does. It's just happening. The body knows what to do. I don't need to actually do anything to contribute to that. Just get to notice and benefit. See if you can become aware of the ears and the brain hearing, and simply noticing or bearing witness to sounds out there, the ears and the nervous system and the brain, and process those. And we have the ability to sit there and say, oh, I just heard the bird. I just heard PG&E drilling a hole in the ground. And one of the hardest things for us to do is to establish the same kind of relationship that we have to sound, where we know that I'm not responsible for the sounds, they're happening, and I'm just witnessing them, experiencing them. To be able to do that with thoughts and memories and ideas and beliefs, we usually take them so personally, when in reality, we're just witnessing them, just like thought, just like sounds or smells or anything else. Creating some space, noticing all that's happening, sounds, sensations on the skin, body breathing, the brain thinking and remembering. In my experience, this kind of basic capacity for mindfulness is the doorway into equanimity, peace, wisdom. We get to just see things the way they are, including the stuff that we usually take really personally, like memories, anxious thoughts, sensations or feelings in the body. I think that's why we mistakenly refer to them as my feelings and my thoughts and my memories. It's pretty simple and yet surprisingly difficult for us to maintain this kind of mindful stance towards experiences. Our ego wants to constantly make it about us, me. Totally normal. And all we're trying to do here is just get a glimpse of the reality, which is beyond our control. It's happening, part of our experience, but it doesn't define us. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Long, slow exhale out through the mouth. Make it as long as you can, as slow and deliberate as possible. Relaxing the shoulders, the belly, the hands. Then hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another deep inhale through the nose. Slow exhale. Again, just letting go, relaxing, dropping into this moment right here, right now. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes and notice how as soon as you open your eyes, there's this whole other sensory input that enters our consciousness, right? It's pretty captivating, but also stay connected with the fact that you're not choosing any of it. It's just happening. And what we maybe can choose is what we do with the information, but the fact that we're seeing shapes and colors and movement is just part of the subjective experience that the brain gets to experience. So hope that was helpful. A good little mindfulness break, and hope to see you all tomorrow. I'll stick around if you want to chat. Take care.